Hello everyone, welcome back yet again. So I hope you all did a secondary research on agriculture's subsectors which we have discussed in our previous session, that is horticulture, sericulture, fisheries, forest-based industries and products. So I'm pretty sure after doing the secondary research, you all came to know and now you all are quite aware that India is not only culturally diverse but also when it comes to natural resources, India is not less than anyone. We have got everything. The brand Amul, it has got the tagline Amul, the taste of India. Yeah, it's a very beautiful tagline. But do you think India does have any one taste? India is a diverse country, yeah, extremely diverse country. It doesn't have any one particular taste. It's a country of colors. It's a country of varieties. So each state of India has got its own speciality. Like when it comes to agricultural products and crops, like in Eastern India, Eastern and Southern India, the climate zone, the climatic factors are very much favorable to rice cultivation. In Northern India, the climate factors are very much favorable to wheat cultivation, and so on. There are n number of crops which you will find in your study material as well. So when you are into any agricultural business, when you are into any business venture which produces value addition products from agricultural producers, then you can create your USP, that is unique selling point, based on the region. For example, in Maharashtra, especially in Nagpur's oranges are very famous. So Nagpur's orange, that's a brand, that's a USP. So in this way, USP can be created from when you are into an agricultural business venture. So in the similar manner, you can create your USP in other sectors as well, in sericulture, in horticulture. You just have to know the speciality of that particular region, speciality according to the climate, like the climate favors which sort of crops, the climate favors which sort of flowers, and which sort of rearing. You just have to be aware regarding the geographical and climatic phenomena. And in that way, you can create an USP of your product, the brand image of your product. So in this session, we will discuss some more about forest-based industries, that how you can start a venture from the forest tree investment. And the reason of discussing specifically about forest is that because using of forest is a very sensitive issue. Like we all are aware of the environmental problems which our planet is facing currently. So conserving forest is very, very important for our survival, to get fresh air, to keep the climate stable. Climate change is a very huge problem, and our farmers are also are the most great victim of this climate change issues. So not only farmers, we are also suffering in many ways. We may not get it, but our health is also suffering due to this climate change. So that's why conserving forest is very important. And when you are starting any business venture based on the forestry products, you should keep in mind the conservation factor as well. So that's why government does have many policies. There's a new policy has emerged, forest policy, and I request you all that do a secondary research on this new forest policy as well. And yes, so let's move ahead with some of our basic discussion on forestry investment. You are thinking to start any business venture based on some forest products. You went to rural areas. The first thing you must do that you all talk with the local peoples. You all must discuss with the local people, and you all must try to know that what those local people are doing with the forest, and in what manner they are dependent on forest. After that, then go and consult the forest department, because without any legal permission you can't do anything, you can't sustain. It is very, very important to keep in mind the legal aspects, the law of land. Being a responsible citizen, you must keep in your mind the aspects of law of land. Then after consulting with forest department, they can help you to understand the forest area, that what sort of plants and trees are available there, and what is the forest cover. And then with their help only, go through the statistical data. Then compare your primary data with the secondary data. Like primary data is what you have collected from the local people, and secondary data is what you have collected from the forest department. Compare that and then think about your idea, that what you can do further. So India does have a great forest cover, that is about 7,12,249 square kilometer. It is not a joke. So India does have great potentials for forestry investment. So that's all for this session, my dear friends. In this session we have discussed about that how India is diverse in terms of agricultural crops, and how you can create a brand image of your agricultural producers. And we have discussed that before starting any intervention in forest, what are the initial steps you should take. So that's all for this session, friends. Even in coming session we will discuss more about forestry investment. Till then, take care. Goodbye.